Just give us an update on First Mission, who will go in the Preakness for you.
He's doing very well. He had a good breeze here Derby morning, first thing, 5:15. On Saturday, he bounced out of it in great shape. Really like what we've seen from him, well, all winter and into the spring, and obviously stepped up. And he's lightly raced, but he's got a lot of talent, and looking forward to giving him a swing at a Grade 1.
Well, your stable's been hot. Godolphin's certainly been hot.
Mm-hmm.
That's
they've been rolling with obviously the Oakland handicap and a big weekend here. I think they even won a grass race in New York this past weekend. So, they're rolling. They've been rolling for a long while, and hopefully we can keep it going next Saturday at the Preakness. And, I think this horse is one of the top 3-year-olds. I really do believe he's one of the top 3-year-olds in the country. He's stepped up. Like I said, he's lightly raced, but a lot of talent, very intelligent horse, sound horse, does everything right, and I think he's only going to get better with the more he does it.
Was there any reason that he was a little later starting out?
Well, yeah, we had him last spring, and he just wasn't really keeping up with the program. Nothing major at all in regards to why we gave him the time off. He just was kind of behind, and a later developing horse you could see kind of based off his physical. And we thought we'd kick him out, brought him back, and ever since we brought him back, he's just been good every single week. And normally that's how the good ones are. They just very consistent of the mornings, and each week when you work them, they're always there for you, and he's been certainly that way all winter and into the spring.
And this is the payoff for the patience, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's funny because we talked about nominating him to the Triple Crown, and at that point he had not made a start, and we had this conversation, and thought, it's highly unlikely he would have a shot of running in the Kentucky Derby, with not debuting until February, but it just goes to show you it's going to hopefully work out what is working out. With putting up to 600 in January there late in order to get him into the Preakness without paying, a larger fee. So, I'm certainly glad we did that, and we thought enough of him to, put him in the Triple Crown noms having not raced.
In watching the Derby unfold, in which, of course, and the more you watch that replay, a very fast-flying third in the Derby. Imagine if you kind of thought, wonder how he'd have stacked up in there.
I totally think he would have stacked up. The one thing about this horse is, though, once he run first time out, I think I wheeled him back in 4 or 5 weeks. I can't remember exactly. I think it's 4 weeks. He ran well. Big number again, 2 big numbers to start his career. And then I think we wheeled him back, and it was 4 or 5. I think it was 4 weeks again. So, it's one of those things where, you don't want to do too much too quick. He has handled everything we've thrown at him very well in a short period of time. Once again, he's a very sound horse, good mind. He doesn't overtrain himself. Now I believe he's getting 5 weeks between the Lexington and the Preakness. And, listen, we obviously are trying to win this Preakness, but we're also trying to develop a horse as well, and a horse that we can, hope can have a big summer, whether that means running at Monmouth or running at Saratoga, and trying to get him to the Breeders' Cup. So, it's all about, trying to be patient, and I wouldn't have been really big on trying to wheel him back in 3 weeks to the Kentucky Derby, even though he could have got in, if he could have got in.
So you're wearing an Essential Quality ball cap, so that was your first Triple Crown win, but then retroactively you got a Derby, and so this would complete, even though you haven't been paid yet for the Derby, I assume, with Mandaloun, is that still litigated?
Yeah. It would be cool to kind of win that jewel of the Triple Crown. Once again, it's a very fun week there in Baltimore. They really put on a good show. A lot of history there. It's an older racetrack, but it's really cool experience. We were able to go a couple years ago with Owendale and Warriors Charge. They ran 3rd and 4th, ran really good races in the Preakness. And other than that, that's our only experience in the Preakness. We've had a lot of luck over there in undercard races, such as the Dinner Party. I think we've won twice, and the Black-Eyed Susan once. And we've Skofefe ran there. So I love going over there. It's a great atmosphere. Baltimore's a very cool city, and looking forward to going back next week.
And the bonus is coming back, but you've won before, the trainer's bonus.
Yeah. I'm not sure we're going to have the numbers to compete for the title, but who knows? If you take your horses and they run well, I honestly don't really look at that. It's just something that, you whatever you take, you send with intent. You don't really put them on a van if you think they're going to be an also run. So, I think if everything works out and they run the way they can, maybe we'll be in contention. Who knows?
But you've got some horses in mind for those stakes.
Yeah. We've got a Kia Life point for the Miss Preakness. We have a couple we're kind of looking at in the Black-Eyed Susan. I think Wonderful Justice will go in the Murphy, and maybe a couple others as well.